I'm scrolling through all the pictures. I can admit that you looked happier with me in my memory. Don't wanna bash other bitches, but I can't deny that she ain't got shit on me. So tell me where you gone so fast. You played along so fast, giving her something I was begging you to give me. Is it a life worth living if it's without me? Is it a lie worth telling if it's about me? 'Cause you know that you're in love with me, but still you say you love somebody else. Put my loving on the shelf, baby, let's just be real. You wanna be with me now? Tell me how it feels to be loving on a rebound. Baby, let's just be real. You wanna be with me now? Tell me how it feels to be loving on a rebound. You left me wanting more than you were given. I could not stop and ignore the way that you were living. You said you wasn't ready to settle down, so I let you fly. So why when I'm looking at you now, you're somebody else's guy? Tell me, was it something that I said to you? Or was I just too good for you? Or was I just too? So tell me what I did to you. Don't you know that I would live for you? And it's hard for me to hide from you, 'cause you know that I would die for you. Tell me if it's something that I did, 'cause I know damn well she ain't got shit on me. No, no. So tell me if it's something that something I was missing. When you were down, I'm down to listen. Baby, I was committed.
Welcome to Blended Healing. We're still in a series of hurt people, and they know that they're hurting people. Today we're going to talk about when you don't know who you are without your pain. You ever sit with yourself, like really sit with yourself and realize that you don't even know who the hell you are outside the stuff that broke you? You don't know what you want, what you love, what you stand for, because all you ever known was survival mode. All you ever worn was your armor. And now, peace feels so uncomfortable as hell because you don't even recognize yourself without your pain. And that's real. That's real talk. We hear people say hurt people all the time. But what about the ones who cling to their hurt like it's a badge? Like, what about the ones who've been carrying it so long that the thought of putting it down feels like losing a part of themselves? A lot of y'all aren't just carrying pain. Y'all are living it inside of it. You built your identity out of it, and now you're stuck because healing would mean giving up the only version of yourself that you've ever known. You don't even know who you'd be without the war. So let's get into it. Some of y'all been fighting since you were damn near born. Maybe your parents weren't stable. Maybe love looked like chaos. Maybe safety wasn't something that you had access to. So you learn real quick how to survive. You learn how to read people's energy before they even open their mouths. You learn how to disappear when it got dangerous. You learn how to make yourself small or lash out or make yourself useful so you wouldn't be abandoned. And it worked. It kept you alive. It gave you a formula. But here's the thing that no one told you. When the threat is gone, the formula don't work no more. And now what? Who are you if you don't need to protect yourself 24/7? Who are you when the emergency stops? Some of y'all get real uncomfortable when life starts calming down. The minute someone shows up for you, you start flinching because you're waiting for the letdown. You're waiting for somebody to fail you. You searching for the trick because peace makes you anxious. Calm makes you suspicious. Healing feels so too quiet, too still. You don't know what to do with your hands when you're not fighting or fixing. You feel me? That's not because something's wrong with you. That's because the pain has been your personality for too damn long. Some people don't even realize that they made their pain their hustle. Pain is how they connect. Pain is how they justify their distance. Pain is how they tell the world, don't expect too much from me. Pain is the excuse to shield the entire damn story. I don't do emotions like that. I got trust issues. I'm just a private person. Come on, man. You just been through hell, and now you use it to hide. You hide behind it because you're scared of who you'll have to become if you actually let go. You're scared. You're scared of who you'll have to face if you stop blaming what happened. Because if you stop saying, they did this to me, they did that to me, now you got to ask yourself, what have I been doing to myself since? And that's the scary part. You've been hurt. I. We all been hurt. No one's denying that. But now you're the one doing the damage to yourself, to people who you love, to the future you say you want, but keep pushing away. And it's not because you're evil, it's because deep down, you don't even recognize yourself outside the pain. You built routines around it. You built habits, friendship, relationships, a whole identity based on pain management. And now healing feels like betrayal. It feels like losing your edge, like going soft, like letting your guard down in a world that's proven it'll cut you if you do. You feel me? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Let me tell you something. It's not because you're evil. It's because deep down you don't recognize yourself outside the pain. Point blank, period. But what you don't see is that staying guarded is costing you everything you say that you want. So let's talk about the relationship that you have with your pain. Some of you don't realize how intimate that relationship is. That pain is your comfort blanket. You talk to it, sleep with it, make decisions through it. You romanticize your trauma. You made it a part of your personality. You lead with it, even when you don't mean to. You ever been around somebody who, no matter what's going on, they find a way to remind you how hard they've had it? That's not accidental, baby. That's pain trying to stay relevant. Your pain wants to stay needed. It wants to keep running your life because without it, you don't have a plan. Without it, you don't have an identity. So instead of healing, you rehearse the same pain stories like they're a damn script. You revisit them. You pick at them. You feed them. Why? Why? So instead of healing, you rehearse the same pain stories. You do. Why? Because they protected you. Because being the hurt one gave you a role to play. Because if you let go of the pain, now you have to grow. Now you have to show up differently. Now you have to take risks. Now you have to open up. And all of that feels like death when you've only known pain. But you're not dying. You're just being reborn. When you've built a whole life around defense, vulnerability feels like a weakness. Being soft feels like being unsafe. So even when life hands you peace, you reject it. You sabotage it. You pick fights with it. So you ghost the people who love you. You avoid the spaces that ask you for your truth. You perform strength instead of living in honesty. Because real honesty would mean that you have to say out loud, I don't know how to be loved. I don't know what to do without a struggle. I don't know who I am if I'm not healing from something. That kind of truth, that kind of nakedness, that's terrifying. when all you ever been is guarded. But until you get real about that, you keep blocking blessings. You keep recycling trauma. You keep calling survival strength when it's really just fear with a tough face. Yeah. So you want to grow? Then stop hiding behind your history. I want to get something really crystal clear. Your pain is valid, but it's not your name. It's not your title. It's not your legacy. You were never meant to stay stuck in the place that broke you. You were supposed to heal and then become more, not just functional, not just less angry, but free. But freedom doesn't come cheap. You got to be willing to let the old version of you die. The version that needed that pain, the version that found power in bitterness, the version that wore the struggle like a crown. You got to bury that person and grieve them. Yeah. Grieving is real. That version of you was strong. It got you through shit no one knows about. It kept you alive when you didn't think you gonna make it. But it can't go with you. You can't carry survival into a season that requires wholeness. You can't keep dragging old identities into new opportunities. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. The question I have for you is, do you really want peace? Or do you want control? Let's go ahead and call this one out loud, since everybody's too scared to say it plain. You keep saying that you want peace, but deep down you just want control. Peace sounds good though. Peace looks good on a hoodie or in a quote. Peace is the thing you post on your story when you're tired of the drama you help stir it up. But peace, real peace, that thing requires you to trust life, to trust people, to trust the divine and let go. But nah, that's not what you really want, right? That's not what you really after. What you really chasing is control dressed up like peace. Let's be honest, because this right here, this is where a lot of folks get stuck. This is where healing halts. This is where blessings gets blocked. This is where people start lying to themselves while looking dead in the mirror. Real peace doesn't feel like power at first. Real peace feels like surrender. That makes some of y'all damn near itch. What you have done is you learned to confuse control with safety. See, when you was going through your trauma, right? When life's dragged you, robbed you, humiliated you, or kept you walking on eggshells, you started building a lifestyle around never being caught off guard again. And that's when control starts creeping in. It doesn't start loud. It don't show up in a big flashy way. Nah, it shows up subtle, quiet, creeping into your habits, your language, your relationships. Saying, I need to know what's going on. I don't do surprises. I like having my own. I'm just protecting my peace. Come on, man. What you really saying is I don't trust anything I didn't build with my own hands. You don't trust people unless you can predict them. You don't trust love unless you can measure it. You don't trust blessings unless you can trace where they came from and how long they're going to stay. Because when control becomes your comfort, trust becomes your trigger. You weren't born that way. You were taught. You were shaped. Somebody dropped you when they said that they'd catch you. Somebody told you you were safe and that hurt you when you let your guard down. So now, your trust patterns, not people. You trust routines, not rest. You trust the pain you know over the peace that you don't. You say you want peace, but you keep choosing the chaos you can control. So let's talk about it. Because some of y'all don't want a peaceful relationship. You want a relationship where you can control the narrative. You want to be the one who gets to decide how close they can get when they do get that close to you, you shut them out. How much they know. You don't want the intimacy. You want distance that looks like closeness. You want someone to sit next to you without actually being able to reach you. Why? Because you think being in control equals being safe. So you run from partners who see you too clear. You sabotage the spaces that feel too soft. You walk away from blessings that ask you to receive instead of perform. You may say things like, it just wasn't the right time or my spirit didn't align. But really, you panicked because you couldn't control the outcome. So you ran. Yup. Run, Forrest, run. But don't call it peace. Don't lie on peace like that. That's fear dressed up in spiritual language. That's avoidance wearing the clothes of wisdom. That's unhealed trauma pretending to be discernment. And if you don't call it what it really is, you're going to keep walking away from the very thing that you're praying for. You don't trust peace because it requires surrender. So let's go a little deeper. Trigger warning. I'm sorry, my bad. You see, control tells you if I do everything right, I can avoid pain. Peace tells you even if pain comes, I'll be okay. Control says I need to know what's next. Peace says I trust what comes next is meant for me. Control says I love, but only if I don't get too vulnerable. Peace, on the other hand, says I love fully, even if it makes me tender. See the difference? Peace takes courage. Peace takes faith. Peace takes a willingness to not run your own life like a business plan. That's why some of y'all are still in relationships that don't feed you, because at least you know what to expect. You rather suffer in predictable cycles than risk getting hurt in something real. That's not peace, that's bondage. I said it. I did. And the wild part, you don't even know how tight you've changed yourself. You wake up every day over scheduling, over analyzing, overthinking, over committing, under resting, and then call it the grind mode. You're not grinding. You're avoiding stillness, because when you still, you have to feel. And when you feel, all the fear comes flooding back in. So you stay busy. You stay booked. You stay guarded. And the door that leads to peace, it stays locked because you don't trust what's on the other side of surrender. So you become addicted to the illusion of being in charge. Like, for real. I know that hits you in the gut right there. You keep saying that you want the divine to take control, right? You keep saying you want alignment, divine timing, the path you were meant for. But you don't mean that. You want the divine to co-sign your plans. You want spirit to bless your blueprint. You want the universe to move the way you think it should. You're not surrendering. You're micromanaging the divine. You're giving ultimatums in your prayers. You're making deals with healing. You're asking for growth as long as it doesn't feel like loss. That's not peace. That you trying to be your own divine. And I get it. When the world hurts you, when people have let you down, when trust got twisted into betrayal, you start thinking, if I just do it all myself, I won't get hurt again. But now you're hurting you. You're the one standing in the way of peace you claim that you want. You're the one building walls and calling them boundaries. You're the one mistaking numbness for clarity. You're the one rehearsing control instead of learning how to rest. You don't want peace. You want to be the shot caller so you never be disappointed. But the truth is, peace comes when you stop being your own prison guard. So what now? So what does it mean to want peace for real? It means letting go of the fake safety control gives you. It means risking disappointment so you can feel joy. It means softening without being weak. It means learning how to breathe without holding tension in your jaw, your shoulders, your neck, your chest. It means letting love in without calculating how long it's going to stay. It means not knowing everything and finally being okay with that. Peace is not perfection. Peace is presence. And most of y'all are scared to be fully present with yourself because deep down, you know you've been performing strength instead of living in it. So let's start there. Let's start there. Stop performing. Stop managing everything. Stop calling fear protection and stop acting like peace is something that you can manufacture. Peace ain't a product. It's not something you buy or build or beg for. Peace is what happens when you finally decide to stop controlling everything and let healing do its work. And that's it. I'm done. I'm done. Next time we talk, I'm going to ask you a very, very simple question. Are you tired? Or are you still in denial? Hurt people hurt people. It's even worse when you know that you're hurting people and you still do it anyway. It's a blessing and it's a curse because you know what you're capable of and what you're doing. But where you turn the corner at is when you say, I don't want to do this no more. That's where you turn the corner. Okay, I'm done. We'll talk soon, all right? I'll see you later on this afternoon with another segment. Because I really need you to get in this spirit I'm so glad that young lady asked for this, because not only is it reopening up my eyes of some of the shit that I have done, because truth be honest, I have the right to be petty. I do. I reserve the right to be petty when I want to be. And I'm human. So things do get to me. But like I said, and I say it all the time, I got too much to lose to be in the struggle like that. And if I feel as though that I'm going in that direction, I'm going to backpedal so damn fast because I don't need to. I'm too damn old to be dealing with some bullshit. For real, for real. I ain't trying to hurt nobody. I'm just trying to live in my little microcosm of the world, doing what my purpose is, as you should be living in yours. All right, I'm getting off my soapbox. All right, be well, stay safe. I'll say in deep bow to each and every one of you. And I'll see you soon.
My hopes and dreams for you to understand what this means. I shall explain. I stood all the jealousy, all the bitching too. Yes, I forget it all once and then. Now, darling, how could we end up like this? Oh, baby, let me reminisce. Oh, and when we stop the hands of time, you set my soul on fire. My one desire was to love you. Think of you with pride and keep you satisfied. Ever need me, I'll be by your side. Though the many happy times we had can really never outweigh the bad. Oh, I never loved nobody like I love you, baby. It's time for us to say maybe we'll meet down the line. It's too late for you. It's too late for you to cry. Much too late for you to cry. It's too late for you and me. Much too late for you and I. It's too late for you and me. Much too late for you to cry, baby. Oh, we tried. God knows we tried. Now it's too late to live that love. It's too late for you and me, much too late for you to cry. It's much too late. Well, all we can do is we can both try to be happy. That's all that's left. Too late. Too late. Too late. We tried, we tried, we tried.